Hey guys, Orvil, Edward, Walcott here. I want to share with you a story, and the story really has a problem that you may struggle with yourself. Have you ever, and this takes boldness, it's difficult to admit this, have you ever convinced yourself that you're not going to succeed? Maybe in your business you've had rejections, maybe like myself, you had the fear of picking up the phone, speaking to people, maybe you had, like I did, some people say they were going to join the business and then they didn't, and it's as though the more and more you tried, things just seemed to go wrong. If I'm honest with you, there was a point at which I came very, very close to quitting the whole online internet business. I always knew that I wanted to help people, but literally I'd started with this company, I won't say the name, and they said to me, just make sure you have a really good website and you blog all the time. So I did that over and over and over again, and I hardly got any traffic. Eventually I would get some, but I came so close to quitting. And then I went to America. I live in London, here in London, England, but I went to America on this. It's very expensive, this event for 4 days in Atlanta, Georgia. It totally changed everything. It totally changed everything. And what it changed was my mindset. I then realised with all the videos that I was doing, all the blogs I was writing, all the communication I was doing, it wouldn't matter how good the content is if my mind and my belief system wasn't right. Now, maybe you've seen The Secret, Law of Attraction, whatever you want to call it. The key thing is this: when it comes to building a business, I am fully a believer in this. I've even told people this. You have to work on your mindset daily. It does not matter how good the technique is. If you're using to get people to your website, if you're using Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, blogging, social media, if you're doing offline, it doesn't matter what technique you use. If your mindset isn't right, you are not going to succeed. Number one, you're not going to be able to connect with people, because really, people connect with people. This business is really about connecting with people, their goals, their struggles, their needs, their strengths, their desires, and bring a solution to people once you connect with people. You know, whenever friends ask me, what's your business? I never give the company name. I say, my business is people, their goals, their needs, their strengths. Now, I'm deliberately not going to talk at all in this video on techniques of actually driving traffic to your business. Nothing at all. That's in other videos. If you've done my boot camp, you'll see I've got lots and lots of training on there. I'm going to be talking today about mindset for a business, online business, offline business, and deliberately I'm not going to leave a link to any of my businesses below. This is just free training. I do it because I love what I do. My business is giving people value. So honestly, whether you join my business or not, I'm giving you this value because you cannot succeed without this in any business. The first of all is this. I put here, and I've spoken at events all over the world on this, in England, America, France, Germany. This is the shortened version, the sort of pocket-sized version. But the first bubble here in the area of mindset is deserve. Now, why have I put that? You've got to, in your mindset, give yourself permission that you deserve to be successful. You've absolutely got to do that. Now, what are some of the reasons that may stop you from believing you deserve to succeed? Number one, guilt. You might have been born into a family whereby you were told that rich people who are rich, they're mean. You can't trust them. Think about it. Every James Bond villain, James Bond, the most popular 007, every James Bond villain, all the villains are always rich and mean. We are introduced invariably to the idea as children in stories that rich people are mean. If you have a goal to pursue lots and lots of wealth, then you are rich and mean. You've got to get rid of that lie. Got to get rid of it. It's amazing how, when it comes to, in any business, people buy from people who they know, who they like, who they trust. Experts in communication, and they can't explain it, experts in communication have calculated 93% of your communication is non-verbal. It's not in what you say, it's the way in which you say. It's a feeling. There's got to be a connection there with people, otherwise they will not buy from you. If fundamentally in here and in here, you believe you don't deserve wealth, you can never ever become wealthy. If you believe no matter how hard I try, there's this sort of invisible barrier or wall, if you truly believe that, you won't become wealthy. And any sales you might get, you'll see it as, I got lucky. Because you don't see yourself as deserving of it. You know, I used to teach history years ago, and it struck me when I was reading about the slave trade in America, the transatlantic slave trade. Did you know, after the Emancipation Proclamation, the document that legally made all slaves free, did you know there were some slaves on the slave plantations of Alabama and Kentucky and Texas and so forth and Mississippi? There were some slaves who still chose to remain under the hand of the slave master, even though they were legally free. Other slaves moved away, you know, from the deep south to places like Chicago and New York and built universities like Spelman and Fisk and Morehouse. Other slaves, whilst legally free, still chose to stay on the plantation. And then why am I telling you this? It's exactly the same now. Even though it's 2016, your mindset can still be that of a slave. You know, my parents are from Jamaica, and so Bob Marley's a Jamaican treasure. Hell, he's a national treasure. And one of Bob Marley's famous songs, you know it, Redemption Song, one of his lines, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Emancipate, free yourself from the idea, from the lie that, number one, you're not deserving. You might have grown up in a household whereby you struggle for money. That can bring guilt. It's guys, I've done workshops with people. People have been in floods of tears. Because I said to them, when I look at your business, everything is right about your business, but I can tell right now your mindset is that there's a blockage in here. There's a blockage. It might be, for example, you're prospecting on the phone, talking to people, and they keep telling you no, and you can't, and you're thinking, why is it? Why do they keep telling me no? Guys, human beings, we can pick up on what your deepest feelings are. Even if you can't articulate it, we can pick up on it. So you need to, first of all, get your mindset right. How to do that? Well, I'll come on to that in a second. It's a powerful yet simple thing. Next is the mindset to serve others. In my business, I don't ever make a video, do a Facebook post, do blogs. When I'm training, in my webinars, when I'm asked to speak all over the world, I never ever do it thinking, how much money can I make? Yes, I'm in business, not a charity. But my first mindset, really, is to serve. This video, for example, deliberately, there is no link on here to any of my businesses. Why? I'm giving this out to you for free. My mindset is to serve. Whether that is your predominant mindset and drive, people can sense it, giving value. So I would say to you right now in business, trust me on this. And it may be a bit to get your head round. It may seem a bit odd to get your head round. Whilst, yes, you're in business to make money, money is in the hand of the people. If people feel all you care about is money, they're going to run from you. The videos, won't watch them. Your Facebook posts certainly won't engage with them. Any of your emails, they won't read them. If they do read them, it will just smell of give me money right now. They'll just unsubscribe or press delete or put it in a spam folder, as would you. A mindset to serve, and in terms of how that translates into your online business, it's daily giving value, like this video, through your blogs, through what you put on Twitter, through doing free video boot camps. There's a boot camp I have, it's several videos, breaks down the nuts and bolts of internet marketing. It's for free. If you go to my website, it actually has it on there. The link's below. It actually has that free video boot camp if you put your name and email address in. That's value. That's a servant mindset. And that links to, of course, the whole idea of giving value. What I do and what all leaders do each day to get value is we learn new techniques, we try them, we get results, and then what I then do is, not on this video, but share with you my results, exactly what I did, and why you can do the same thing as well. That's value. What I call actionable content, not just sort of, like a lot of leaders do in terms of videos of them in their Ferraris or helicopters. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Yeah, I mean, yes, I do some of that. I think it's important, but fundamentally, what I want is to appeal to everybody who wants to move forward. I mean, there's some people who right now are watching this video who are thinking, Orvil, do you know what? I'm not interested right yet in a business, but I like this mindset stuff. This works for everything. Next into that with mindset, and my background also, yes, I'm an online business coach, but also as well, my background in sports coaching. I coach basketball, used to play rugby as well, love rugby and basketball. And we teach people, just like in sport, just like in business, you've got to visualize where do you want to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Visualize it. Your dream house. Go now and write down where your dream house would be. Visit it. Speak to an estate agent. Ask to go and visit it. I'm absolutely serious. Your dream car. Go and visit it. There are certain laws about the subconscious mind which we can't explain. One of those is the more that I know people who've built 7-figure incomes who are so poor they were sleeping in a car. Then one guy had to use credit card just to get to a hotel. He slept on the floor. One of the millionaires saw him and said, okay, you can sleep in my bedroom. This guy who was homeless is now a millionaire. As you're around people who share your thinking, it comes across in your tone. It comes across in your communication. People can just feel it and it resonates with them and they know you, like you, begin to trust from you, and guess what? They want to buy from you over and over and over again. I have seen so many people, had the pleasure of working with so many people who are broke, homeless, or people who had businesses fail. The guy named Walter lost his business. He was a restaurant owner, lost his business, and he was in debt about 40 grand. Started this business with me, made just over $100,000 last year. I reckon he'll more or less double that this year. He's on track to do that. Sophia, exactly the same thing. Lost her business, was homeless, in debt about $20,000, now is on her way to $84,000. I could go on and on and on. And the key thing with these people, and I've been there, I've struggled. If you've seen my video where I talk about from rats to riches, not rags to riches, from rats to riches. See that video, you'll see why. In terms of the place I used to live, where there are rats there. So what I'm talking about here, it's not just theory for me, it's life. I know when it comes to business and in life, if your mindset isn't right, it's over. When your mindset is right, I don't care how bad your situation is right now. If your mindset is right, the world is going to turn for you. If you believe in God, if you believe in the secret, law of attraction, the universe, whatever you believe, things eventually will start turning for you. But until you get mindset right, it's not going to happen. This is a harsh truth. Next is mastermind. I've never known anyone to succeed in business who's done it on their own. I have a saying that yes, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I've got some books here I'm going to show you in terms of what's called personal development. So personal development, this means books that you read to invest. And I mean, here are just a few of them. Here are just a few of the books. I've got literally a library. I'll go through some of them with you. My favourite ones have to be The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, world famous. Cash Flirting by Drew Whitman. Passion into Profits by world-renowned speaker Andy Harrington. It goes on and on and on. I mean, I've got literally a library out there. In the morning, I have a technique in the morning, last thing at night as well. I'll either read a chapter from these books or on YouTube listen to something really, really uplifting. It's very, when it comes mastermind, groups of people who show you here's how to think in order to think right so you can act right. Did you know it's so powerful? Your subconscious mind is most open to suggestion last thing at night. We don't know why. It's most open to suggestion last thing at night. If you're going to bed having watched the news, rape, murder, killing, unemployment, this government not keeping its promise. When you go to bed with that on your mind, it affects how you sleep. It affects your day the next day. When you go to bed thinking thoughts that are positive, thoughts that show you that you can achieve. Thoughts that show you that if other people who've overcome bigger obstacles than you have, if they've done it, you certainly can do it. Next, and this is where you need a mentor. This last point here. Being married to the process, yet divorced from the result. Being married to the process, yet divorced from the result. I mentioned in an earlier video what's called the buyer cycle. That is when you have your website here, and this is how all internet marketing, any internet business works. You have your website here, and you then have traffic or people, visitors, come to your website. And if they like what they see, a free offer, that could be a video, an ebook, or what's called a cheat sheet, how to do something, they'll leave their name and their email on a lead capture page. And you then can start emailing them. Now, I then explain, as you start emailing them, they then enter what's called the buyer's cycle. The buyer's cycle, very simply, is a term in the industry whereby it says from when, or the time it takes from someone leaving you their name and their email on what's called an opt-in page or a lead capture page, the time they go from that to then buying from you. It's called the buyer's cycle. Now, the truth is, most companies will have what's called a free offer to get your name and email, something of value, and then a low price offer, $5, $7, $10, $30, $40, real low price offer. And as you get more and more value from that, look to increase, the offers they put in front of you. All companies do that. But with the emails that build that know, like, and trust factor, and in the emails you want to be putting videos, things like this of value, you've got to understand this core thing. Most people will not buy your product straight away. They'll put their name and their email in, but they're not going to buy straight away. One or two might, but the reality is most will not. Why? It's what's called the buyer cycle. Let's think about it. Haven't you gone online, and the time you've gone online, and you want to buy something, but you're just typing your name, you're just going into Google, and you're just starting your search. You're at the beginning of your search. But you're not ready to buy, but within a week or two you will buy, but you're not yet ready. End of that week, the second week, you're now closer to buy. It could be a car or something, but you're not yet ready. And there comes a point whereby, credit card in hand, you're ready to buy right now. You're at different stages of the buyer's cycle. It's exactly the same here. Now, what most people do, they don't understand that, and they want sales straight away. They want, as soon as someone puts their name and email in, they're going to buy. I should know, I used to be like that. Now, I want to give you an actual example. I want you to imagine this. Most people, the industry figures show, take about 7 exposures before they buy from you. Now, there's a guy named Jonathan. Jonathan was on the email list for 3 years. For 3 years, he hardly opened any emails. He's a chartered accountant here in London. Hardly opened any emails. Didn't like any YouTube videos. Engaged with 0 content. After 3 years, he went from this stage of buyer cycle to sort of interested to over here by I'm really serious. And in one of my businesses, bought $30,000 worth of products like that. Now, in terms of the industry average of people needing on average 7 exposures before they buy, that can take a week, 2 weeks, 2 months. 3 years is a rather extreme example, but the point is this. Can you imagine if I'd said to myself, he's not worth investing in, he's not worth sending emails to, I'm going to delete him from my email list. $30,000. Someone else, and this is a heartbreaking story. This other person, someone was on their email list, they sent about 4 emails to them. The person didn't respond, didn't open them, therefore they deleted them from their list. That same person went onto someone else's list. From the emails the other person said and bought, spent $15,000. And now here's the key thing. I said here, you've got to be married to the process, divorced to the results. It's a mindset that says, much like a farmer. My dad, him and his 8 brothers from Jamaica, they were all farmers. And they explained to me that with farming, you understand, you've got excellent seed, you've got the sun, the soil and everything, But you can't just plant amazing seeds and expect to harvest like that. It takes time. And one of the reasons I see people who aren't married to the process and aren't divorced to the result is they try to get results too quickly. And I call this the marry me process. Now, I don't care who you are. For those of you watching this who are married, you will never approach someone else and say to them, marry me now. Of course not going to. Why? They don't know you. You need to build that know, like and trust factor. And guess what? The same is exactly the same with the online business. You know, yes, you may have some sales straight away. I've had that. But invariably, it's going to take time. So I hope I've helped you with this mindset approach, a mindset breakthrough. Number one, you deserve success. I advise you, in terms of books to read to help you with your mindset, to let you know that you deserve it, read books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. By Dale Carnegie. It's an absolute classic book. Think and Grow Rich. The Richest Man in Babylon, another amazing book. Have a mindset to serve people. Trust me, if your mindset really is to want to serve people, give them value, they can sense it. Understand that you are valuable and you want to give value in terms of information that shows people how to solve problems, how to get more leads, how to convert those leads, how to be comfortable prospecting on the phone if they want to do that. Remember, in my business, you don't need to pick up the phone if you don't want to. Then visualize daily where you want to be. And not just about you. Visualize being in a position where you can help other people. Visualize having a team of people who say, they call your name and say, thank you for helping us. How to get started online, how to draw people to our website, how to convert them. They're thanking you. Visualize the results of helping people and people feeling so happy and thankful for the goodness, the value you've given them. Mastermind. You need to join a coach like myself, a team that can actually help you and support you. We all sometimes have tough days. Invariably, my tough days sometimes come before massive sales. Strange that. But people who can support you, you cannot do it on your own. It's just like a team. And then lastly, be married to the process but divorced from the results. What that means is daily giving value on your blogs, on your Facebook posts, in your webinars. Commit to a day when you do webinars, that can be Wednesday, and stick to it. People are watching. If you promise to deliver something and then you don't, in your emails, your blog, your Facebook, people will not follow you. The biggest currency we have is trust. Blogs, emails, all that stuff is all about bringing value and trust. Once trust is broken, you never get it back. So you need to be a man or woman of your word. Be consistent, but please, and this is worth more than money. It's worth for you, for those you love, your family and friends, those you love. Please work daily on your mindset, and eventually you'll get to a stage whereby you can do it. I can guarantee you this, my last point. It is my last point. There is no problem you're facing, which there aren't people on my team, either myself or those on my team, who can help you through it. I guarantee. If it's getting quality traffic, if it's converting it, if it's how to do good Facebook ads, if it's how to do really compelling videos, if it's how to do webinars, whatever it is. But it all starts in mindset. So again, please make sure as well in the morning and in the evening you are you're ingesting in your mind, watching quality YouTube videos. I've got a YouTube channel, obviously you know about that, but really engage in that, and I look forward to just seeing your results. If you want to reach out to me on Facebook, you can. The link there is below. Otherwise, please share this video as well with those people who are struggling with mindset. This is my last point. I'm so passionate about this. I do believe that the mind is like soil. And what I mean by that is that we are designed, I believe, for positivity and success. I do believe that. That's why watching a film which is uplifting feels good. A film which is very, very negative and dark often do not. We enjoy happy stories. Someone overcoming, from challenge to success. That's why films like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Captain America, all these things, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, all these things appeal to us. I believe the human mind is designed that when you begin to give it positivity, stories of people who overcome, what will happen is it will just naturally start to grow. Mindset stuff, actually, I would say is pretty easy. It starts with Number one, daily, in the morning and in the evening, watching positive material on YouTube or reading books or a combination of both. Going to places where you've got people just pouring in that positivity. But also cutting out the negative. On TV, I would advise, just go for 1 week, don't watch the news. No rape, no murder, no killing. Don't watch anything negative. As you take in that, you'll find naturally your mind will just start to think really positively by default. Like I said, if you believe in God or the secret or the law of attraction, whatever it is, you'll just start drawing into your life people, opportunities through the work you do. Through the work you do, it will start happening. So I hope that's really helped you in regards to mindset. It's going to help you in your business and in your life as well. Deliberately, I haven't spoken anything about online marketing techniques because this is a technique. From mindset, to technique to action. They're the 3 pillars of any successful enterprise, be it business or sport. So I hope this has really, really helped you, and I'll see you on the inside and look forward to seeing you on the next episode on Orvil Walcott TV. Bye-bye.